Now then, welcome back to my world, and as you can see I'm just sorting out some supplies, doing a bit of farming, regular daily routine stuff, stuff that doesn't require too much thinking about, stuff that's relaxing, Minecraft at its finest, just being on your own in a world, no deadlines for videos, no special episodes or anything like that, no editing needing to be done, just walking into flat outdoors. Come on, piggies, come get fed, piggies, come get fed. Here you go. You are my bacon, you are my pork chops, and you are my sausages. Yes, you are. You're all going to die, but after I've bred you up a few times and filled this field a bit. There we go. Thank you very much. As you can see, I've moved things around a little bit. Now the pigs have got the pens all to themselves. Just along here next to the pigs, we've cleaned things up a bit and put a carrot farm down. And most of the carrots are in here, so store them away for other purposes. I've put a glass ceiling on because I like seeing whether it's daylight or not. And we've opened up places. Put all these doors and little pads in as well. A skelly died in here today. There's no lighting in here. That's another thing, I guess, I'm going to have to address. Is somehow lighting these little fields. I might use pumpkins for that. Just put some pumpkins in the ground. That might work. And my cow field is now over here. And a zombie died over here. Definitely need to think about lighting at some point. Definitely. I've just recently bred the cows as well. And we've got this lovely section here. And earlier, when I was on, this mob spawner was working overtime. There's tons of stuff in it now. And I was thinking of getting myself a dog. So I've got a load of bones here. And I think I might just grab a load just in case. It's not the saddest day ever, but it is a little bit sad today because, well, I'll tell you on the way to the HQ building. Today, my wife picked up the ashes of our family pet, Erin, the dog. And a couple of weeks ago, we had to have the dog put down because he was having epileptic fits and the like. Too many epileptic fits. They had no medication strong enough. He was already on the strongest medication. It just wouldn't work. Changing the subject a little bit. That's a nice little look at what the outside of the HQ is now looking like. Nemsun is my dad video out on Monday instead of Sunday. We had a bit of a fail on Sunday. Like the world fails to load now. Yep, great. Another way in here. Oh, I forgot to put a door on that one. Never mind. And load world. Thank you. What's my frame rate on that like at the minute? 30 frames per second, which is what I've got it set at to record. Yeah, so it's not great when I'm recording. It's doing lots of chunk updates when I'm recording, a bit slower chunk updates. Well, never mind. My recording software says 30 of 30 frames per second. I was playing on here earlier with all chunks loaded up around me, all chunk updates done within seconds, and on 60 frames per second. And it was nice and smooth. I'm going to have to upgrade my graphics card, I think, so I can play at 60, record at 30 or something like that. But let's have a look over here. This is what I've been doing to try and finish off from last episode. Last episode we did the outer wall and we started on the rooms inside the HQ. And I've been messing about with this look on here. And I have to say it looks a lot better from the inside. From the inside it looks pretty good. From the inside I like the look of it. But from the outside it looks very, very blocky and square. I like the feel, of the place. I like the look of the place. I even like the very simple chandelier I put up. I mean, that's amazingly simple chandelier. And I like the way the rooms are laid out. I like this one missing block here to give you a nice view as to which room you need to go to. I like the way I've laid this room out. It's basically storage space, but you can see at a glance what's stored where, and it was quite simple to set up. I need an item frame there for lapis, but do I really need an item frame for lapis? I don't think so, really, but it would keep the feel of the place going if I had an item frame for lapis there. Our diamonds have all been moved over here. Wow, we've got so many diamonds. I can't believe it, really, but I've probably had a stack in each of the worlds that we've transferred over here. Maybe 2 or 3 stacks in the Desert Temple world, because I did a lot of caving in that world. So it's very cheaty, I suppose, that I've brought all the diamonds over from many different saves, and there's other saves coming that I've got to install in the world where I've got diamonds as well. But yeah, well, it's my world. All of those diamonds I dug. I haven't cheated any diamonds in, and just not really used them all. That's the thing. Now Sarah and Sam, Electron B and Starlight B, are going to be using them as well. We'll soon get through them, no doubt, with armor and weapons and tools and things. So yeah, well, it's my world. I could cheat it in if I really wanted it anyway, so it's not really like, oh no, I've got too many diamonds, I better throw some away, because I could just change myself to creative mode and give myself diamonds anytime I want. This room is still yet to be decided. This one I'm pretty much happy with. Yeah, I've got the good looking room here. I think this is pretty cool. This one on the opposite side I think is just going to be block storage, and I think I'm going to do something a bit like an etho and have pistons down here that raise and lower a block that covers. So there'll be a piston up there as well, which may upset the glass again, which I don't know how I feel about. Maybe I'm going to need to put some half slabs and stuff to break that up, because that just, yeah, it just doesn't look right full glass like that. So I'll change that up anyway when I do the roofs. But here I'm going to have a piston below, and the piston's going to push a block up into this space, and a piston up here is going to push a block down to this space. These are going to cover the pistons at the top layer as well, and between them you should pull the piston. The piston's got to be there actually to hide the block there. And the piston would have to be down there to hide the block there, to leave a space. And then this is the sort of view you might get of that space. It's going to have maybe an item frame, but I'm starting to feel like too many item frames causes too much lag in the world. However, in the next update they're getting rid of that problem, so I might use them anyway. Or I might just have the blocks underneath, as this is going to be block storage, like cobblestone and dirt, and all blocks in the game are basically going to have a home in this block storage area for building materials and the like. So we'll have the wood types, and we'll have the tree types, all associated with each other, and then the cobblestone and the stones and the sand and the sandstones and all that sort of stuff, all in here. And you just basically, as you come over a pressure plate, they'll all open up, and then you'll be able to go in and get what you want, and as you come back out you go over the pressure plate and it'll all close back down again. That's the idea of the storage room. I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to lay it out yet, but all of these chests can go up into the top 2, so I could have double chests, double chest, double chest, double chest all the way along. So quite a bit, really. So quite a bit of storage, so I'll be quite happy with that in a bit. That looks like it's going to be the sleeping area, because it's the closest to the kids area as well, so might turn this into private storage for other block types. And out here I think I'm going to make this a bit of a kitchen, because the farm's going to be the main place where we store all of the food. And I think I explained this to the kids, like, that's the supermarket and this is the kitchen, and every now and again we go to the supermarket, pick up our supplies and bring them over here and put them in the kitchen. and we get our food from the kitchen, and when we need some more supplies, we go back over to the supermarket. Well, the supermarket, which is the farm, is going to be all of the breeding of animals and farmable materials in there, which I did up to a decent standard. I'm quite happy with how it's done up now, so I don't think I'll be messing with that too much more. We'll get this place sorted out and secure. It's getting dark, let's go sleep. And another thing that I want to show you in this My World episode is the ruddy great big long tunnel I dug out. So let's go and have a look at that. I think this way. No, I think I came out the wrong side there, didn't I? It's over this way then. Let's close that up behind us. Have I got food? I've got a bit of food. That's okay. It cuts. Oh, hello, Mr. Endymon. Yep, nothing wrong with mob spawning in this server. We've had problems with the Madlands server that I've been sorting out, which is why I'm fairly glad that this is looking good now. The Madlands, I think I've sorted out a bit of a solution. It's still not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And the Madlands has a lot of people all spread out, all doing things, and it's only a small server as well. So, yeah. Unless we started paying more for it, it's going to stay a small server. Right, I've told you about this area before, where when I imported this farm in MCEdit, it cut a huge chunk out here, and then in creative mode I just cobbled out these like cave areas and put some vines on the trees and things like that, and put some lily pads on the ponds and stuff. Well, I didn't really know that it was going to happen so perfectly, but if you check out how well lined up this tunnel entrance is, you come out of the tunnel and it's lined up perfectly under this little ridge here. I didn't realise it was going to be lined up that perfectly, but this is a very straight route all the way to the desert temple, and I hollowed it all out the other day just in a straight line, and it came out right next to that pool, which I was pretty pleased with. I'm going to light all these individual places some point in the future. At some point. Not right now. At the minute, I'm just being cautious as I go through them. I'm always cautious in Minecraft. And now... I forgot about that bit. Yeah, a mob spawner that we found episode... Well, quite a few episodes ago. This being episode 22. That was quite a few episodes ago that we found this. Sarah got her diamond armor from that chest, I believe, quite a while back. We didn't light the caves very well, but I wasn't thinking about lighting caves when I came through here. I just wanted to dig this quick tunnel through here. It started off as quite a larger tunnel. I mean, I started digging it out properly like this. Come on, world, load up. Load up for me, because I want to see the world. Some epic cliffs of dirt going up for these mountains, and this is just normal vanilla. We've got 1.7 to come to yet. Come on, I've been stood still. Why didn't you load up? Right, let's refresh this. Just chuck me in the water, why don't you? Hi, pig. Go for a swim. Good, good. Yeah, so I'll put this all the way through here and laid dirt down the middle to try and get the grass track going as I was doing it. And it's a bit like Andy did on the Madlands in that we put grass down. But really, I didn't really go with the copying of what Andy had did. And if you remember at the Desert Temple, I'd already done a grass track underneath my rail quite a while ago. I mean, this is similar to the Madlands as well, similar to what Andy's done. And as a tribute to Andy's hard work, I may copy his idea of what we've done between Spawn and the Amigos base through that tunnel there. Because I like the idea of what he's done, and I might copy that into my world so that I've got a tribute to Andy's hard work on the Madlands here in my world. And this bridge, Don't know how best to show you really. I built this bridge in creative mode. Yeah, I know it's cheating, yeah, but yeah. It's only a bit of sandstone and a bit of wood. It's nothing special. I didn't use diamonds to build it or anything. So let's have a quick type in game mode 1. Let's have a quick fly around it, and I'll show you how it looks. I started out in survival mode, and then I got a bit fed up of constantly falling into the water and changing stuff and derping around. So I just changed myself to creative and had a bit of a creative build about it. I think it still needs some finishing touches on. Oh, poo. I think it still needs some finishing touches on the higher parts, but well, that's what I was getting at. I had to plan it out and lay it out, and I think it looks quite cool. I quite like the look of it. I might use it in a build on the Madlands or something at some point. That's another thing that my world's good for, is for testing out little build designs and things like that. Like it's a creative world in some cases. Let's go back to game mode 0, and I didn't have that, I didn't have that, and I didn't have that. So that can all go. Ah, oh, now I've got to get back up onto here. Interesting. It's to stop mobs getting in, of course, putting these down. But all the way back at this desert temple, I've always had the grass, and I'd put grass through before. Hey horses, how you hanging? Yep, cool. Come on world, load up. Terrible, 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 terrible world. Okay, that's a bit better. Keep having to refresh the world to reload it all. Nothing much has changed over at the Desert Temple. I haven't been changing anything. But I did do some messing about with the mobs down here. Testing out this mob spawner a bit to see what I could do with the world. And this was absolutely full of zombies at one point. So I threw a load of blocks through here and had them stay spawned, so they wouldn't despawn when I left the area. I eventually just made a little bit of a mob farm in here so I could just beat them all up. Or throw a potion in there or something and collect the XP. It's not the best experience farm or mob farm at all at the minute, but at least they're safe and they go out the way and they don't harm anything and they don't lag me out or anything like that. So that's all I'm doing with that at the minute. I think I'll mess about with that some more, maybe in an episode, and we'll see how we can build a mob farm. I've built them before. That looks like Enderman damage because they weren't there. I've changed this up and I've carved this out a bit, and I've tried to make a bit more of a straight route to the village over there. Now I've actually got a village that was from the same world save as this temple. So I think this village is just going to get wiped out and I'm going to put in one of those world save villages. It's a long way back. All I really wanted to do was just show you this bit. This is the original train track, and I've just carried it on all the way through the mountain there. I've got lots of work to finish off, and I will probably copy Andy as a tribute to Andy's hard work to bring Andy's design into my world. And Horsey, can you let me through here? Is there a way through here? Let's just take that out. That'll do for a way through here, won't it? Now, which one was mine? I don't suppose it really matters. One that can jump out of this hole would be nice. Yep, that's cool. Okay, right. I'll meet you back at HQ. Well, guys, had a bit of a break, and I've had a bit of a wander around in the world. Base, I believe, is over there. I'm looking for a wolf. I'm looking for a dog that I can take home to the base and name it after the dog that we've just lost as a family. Name it Erin. And I've been fairly unsuccessful as yet. I've just travelled through this great big forest that's at one side of our base. And I've found this little area here. Sun's just coming up. I think I've dealt with all the mobs in the local area. Let's just check. So those are my coordinates. So I'm saving those so that I can come back to this point and get horses when I need horses. With bringing the kids and grab all these horses to go and do some breeding, because there's quite a few horses around these plains, and now I've loaded them up they won't despawn, so should be good. I'm going to head back into here, and I'm sort of determined to find a dog. I don't know if I'll be able to find a dog before the end of this episode, and it's only just coming day again. We've only got about 10 more minutes, I'm guessing. It would be nice to find a wolf in this forest somewhere. It would be nice if DX Story didn't mess my world up when I was trying to walk around it. I've heard a lot of other YouTubers that I watch moan a little bit about DX Story and how the worlds load up. This is 1.6.4, and I've also heard a few bits and pieces about world loading in 1.6.4. and how the 1.7 is going to be better. So we will see, we will find out. So there's our desert village over there. And the horses spawn away up here, so I don't need to worry too much, I'll just go over there. I want to go back into this woods though, into the forest, and try and find myself a dog to take home. I've got this near stack of bones ready to try and tame one. Kind of miss our dog. We did what we could before the dog was put down to explain it all to the kids, and Sarah and Sam are fairly mature. I hope that you've noticed during the Nemsun is my dad videos that the kids are fairly mature, and I talk to them as adults a lot of the time, even though they behave like kids, because they are kids. I do try and explain things to them in ways that children may understand. There was a recent comment as well that was mentioned that, am I the best dad ever? Well, I like to think I do a pretty good job of being a dad. I like being a dad, and I enjoy taking that responsibility. My kids have been like, well, all children ever born are like sponges. That's the way I've always termed it and considered it. Kids are like sponges. You just give them water and they soak it all up. You give them knowledge and they soak it up. You teach them the principles of the world and they soak it up. You lead by example and they soak it all up. So if your children don't turn out too great, it's normally due to the parenting. It's not always due to the parenting, because a lot of the times kids can have an environment like a school environment or just friends in the neighborhood, just situations around them in the world that may lead them into situations where they soak up the wrong kind of information. The wrong kind of education gets put into the sponges that are children's minds, and the wrong kind of adult may develop from it. But we're fairly lucky because we live in a nice quiet seaside town, quiet during the winter and busy with tourists during the summer, and there's not a lot of crime and violence. There's not a lot of kids in gangs, and there's not a lot of street crime. So the kids don't really get exposed to things that they can soak up, other than what mommy and daddy tell them and what mommy and daddy teach them. Back at base. Let's try around this side. Where do wolves spawn the best? I was pretty sure they spawned just about anywhere. I don't think there was any particular requirements. I thought neutral mobs spawned on grass at certain light levels, and I thought wolves were just anywhere as well. I don't think they had any particular requirements. Unlike cats, which only spawn above certain height levels, normally in jungles, I believe. So plains over here, maybe over there. Let's go and have a look. I'm also exploring the world a little bit in 1.6.4 in order to make sure that it all saves right for when we move on to 1.7. And I presume when I get into 1.7 that I'm going to need to do quite a bit of world editing to bring all of the existing biomes that we've generated in line with the 1.7 biomes. Really cool stuff in 1.7. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm not necessarily looking forward to the amount of work it may be in creating the world properly. That's actually quite a nice hill, quite a nice mountainous hill. I've got another base that I've got to bring in. I think it's my third world save. Let's go up here, because I've just been through that entire forest overnight, killed a few mobs, found nothing really, just the plains with a load of horses. Found plenty of sheep and cows and pigs and chickens and everything all over the place. Not really found what I've been looking for. Whereas this could be a good site for another one of my bases. It looks very similar to one of the extreme hills biomes that I built a base in, but this one's got a jungle over there, a swamp over there, and a plains over there. So it's a very noble, standout hill, mountain you could call it. Although in 1.7 the mountains are proper mountains, so I won't call it a mountain. I'll call it a great big hill in an extreme hills biome. So this, I may use this to import one of my bases. Yeah. Whoa! Oh, that was so close. Did your heart stop as well? Did your belly get put into your throat? Scary stuff falling around. See, it was by a river area. It was actually in an extreme hills biome, but it only really took up the space in one hill, and I had a bit of a farm going on next to a river, which might do for this sort of area. I might be able to do very little to it to transfer it, just plonk it into this world. And it can't be that far away, because I've only just walked away from the desert, so it can't be that far away from current bases, so we should be able to link it up nicely as well. It had a nether portal. That might be quite cool. Yeah, I'll have to consider this one. Let's take a reference point here as well. Yep, so let's see. I don't think I'm going to find a wolf this episode. So I don't think I'm going to get a dog that I can call Erin. So I may spawn one in. I didn't really want to spawn one in because, well, it's nice to know in your own mind that you got things the hard way, that you did things properly. If you cheat in computer games, then I think it takes a lot of the fun out of the computer game. Really? That almost reminds me of a stronghold. I think it's just a set of caverns and stuff there. Yeah. If you cheat in a game, then you're only really cheating yourself out of the experience. That's what I found. When Minecraft had... Wow, look at the state of this world. Hang on a second. Okay, that's better. Right. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm heading this way. Yeah, when they introduced that single-player commands thing in Minecraft a few updates ago, it changed the game dramatically for a lot of people. Now, I've got an internet cafe as part of my shop. I'll talk about my shop and things like that other times. I don't want to stray off subject too much. There's people who play Minecraft in my shop, and I see them all the time start a survival world, and then in the middle of the survival world they'll switch in using the game mode command and change it to creative mode and spawn a load of stuff in and do a load of stuff. And then once they've done that, they kind of get bored of the game and just stop playing it for a bit and then come back. And when they come back, they don't want to go back into the world that they cheated in. They want to start again, start a new world all over again. And that, to me, is just the reason why you don't do it. It's like an excellent reason why not to cheat in computer games. Because it makes the game less of a challenge. It makes the game less interesting. It makes the game go boring. But as I'm going to say one more time, possibly not the last time that I say it in my world, that this is not a survival world. It is and it isn't, isn't it? Right? Yes. I'm still going to play in survival as much as I can, but I don't intend on sticking to it, and I don't pretend to be sticking to it. I don't want you guys to think that I am cheating you. This is not an LP. This is just me having a chat about things, and I'm good with that. I'm happy with that just as it is. I'm going to be playing in this world for the sake of playing in this world, and that's that. It's my world. It's sort of like my Minecraft history, and this episode is about to become history. This was my 200th video uploaded onto this channel, Nemsun, and I've had to put something off that I was going to put into this because I realised after the Madlands episode that I was about to hit my 200th episode, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, I can't just throw any old episode out for my 200th episode. What am I going to put out for my 200th episode? Well, here it is, guys. It's an episode of my world, my 200th video. So, as the night draws in, I will say good night to you. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching my world. Thank you very much for listening to my ramblings. I'm still determined to find a wolf and not spawn one in. I don't want to spawn one in. I want to find one in this world naturally. I want to find a naturally spawned wolf, and I'll call it Erin. So until I find a wolf, I'm going to keep those bones on me until that moment, and hopefully I'll catch that moment on camera to show you that I found it. I'll probably record when I go out hunting for wolves. I'll probably record just so if I find one, I'll be able to show you, and then we'll possibly get it a name tag and all those sort of things. And I might cheat the name tag in. That's not too bad. I might cheat the name tag in. But as for everything else, this is it for another episode of my world. I'm done. I'm through. I'm going back out into that forest to try and find myself a dog. And I'll see you next time.